Hey guys. All right, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not the kind of guy to name his video Meta Destroyer. I'm probably not going to run advertisements for Raid Shadow Legends at the beginning of my videos. Nothing like that. That being said, this deck is fucking spicy. I think I have close to 20 matches and over an 80% win rate with it. So take that as you will. It does have some notable, I wouldn't say bad matchups, but a couple hangups. Um, as you'll see, I included one in the videos. I always like to include videos where sometimes people lose. People want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see what the deck's weak to and what its hangups are. Let's just go through the deck. At the end of the video, what I'm going to do is bring all the stats up on the screen, and we're going to discuss exactly what it's good against, exactly what it's doing. You're going to see the win rate percentages and what I'm winning against. So if you are just interested in deck techs, I suggest going into the description. I'm going to leave some timestamps, and you can just skip to the end, and you can see a review at the end. Notably, this deck is running 20 lands. The reason we're doing that is because we're actually running 2 Ambitious Farmhands in place of land, and we're also running 2 Haggard Mauling. I mean, Haggard Mauling is just a oh shit button. You don't want to be spending 4 mana for removal, but you will if you have to, right? The reason why we're including Ambitious Farmhand is, well, one, we can squeeze more fodder, sack fodder, into our deck, which is fantastic. And 2, we're using Rite of Oblivion, which is fantastic with more bodies. The more bodies we have, the easier it is to cast this whenever we need it. And in Alchemy, you need it very often. If you don't have the answer that you need the turn that something is played, chances are you're going to lose that match. The format is very snowbally, and it's just completely devastating. You can't let a 2 mana 4/4 with trample get his way for very long, shall we say. Another thing we're doing, we're running Wedding Announcement in place of the usual Fell Stinger package. We got Sanguine Brushstroke, we got the Shambling Gas, the Eye Twitch, the Cursebound Witch. Cursebound Witch is just too fucking good to leave out. I mean, sometimes it's just an automatic win just off the draws from the spellbook, so I don't see why you wouldn't run it. Another inclusion is the Faithful Disciple. Now, this guy, he's iffy. I think if he wasn't a 2/2 Vigilance for 2, I wouldn't run him. The spellbook is very spotty. Sometimes you can draw fantastic spells out of it, but you do whiff fairly often. However, having a 2/2 on the board is fantastic. It's more pressure. Oftentimes, these sacrifice decks lose just by being a little bit too dirtily. All your 1 damage creatures don't really cut it, especially when you're against like Azorius Control or something like that. Having a board presence and actually having damage on the board is very important. Aside from that, we're running a couple Sorens. I mean, we didn't want 1 Lolth just because we want to keep our mana curve as low to the ground as possible. I think that's very important in this format as well. I mean, in a format where you can be dead by turn 4, turn 5, you don't really want to be running too high of card, too high CMCs. It just makes sense to me. Also, the lifelink and the flying blocker is very good. Keeps you alive. 3 Meathook Massacres, because of course, Meathook Massacre is the shit. And Rite of Oblivion, which is just, look, you need removal, and this is just unending removal. That's why I've called it Orzhov Grinder. I'll grind other decks into the dirt, and I'll win from there. If you're interested in the lesson board, here it is. We got a couple Necrotic Fumes, which is much better because we actually play the Ambitious Farmhand. In the past videos, I have stated that lessons are often too expensive and too clunky. Necrotic Fumes, it's in a weird spot where it would be okay. The only problem is you don't really want to sacrifice any of your creatures because you really want their death triggers. And because it exiles your own creature, that's kind of shit. But now with Ambitious Farmhand, it's like the perfect target, right? You get rid of the stupid 1/1 that you're never going to turn into a 3/3 with lifelink anyways with its Coven ability. And I just think it's perfect. So Necrotic Fumes definitely got a boost. And we're running Pest Summoning, Mascot Exhibition, Confront the Past because we are running Sorin. Also doubles as Planeswalker removal if we need it, though it never came up. And that's about it. So check out the matches, and if you're not interested in gameplay footage, skip ahead to the end where we'll talk about the win rate, what it's good against, and where we will go next month to climb to Mythic once again. Thanks. All right, let's try out what I consider to be probably one of the best archetypes that Alchemy brought to the table. Love me some sacrifice. We have no removal, but we are on the play. Fortunately, we have far too many lands in our hand. Okay. Tenacious Pup, huh? Can play the Disciple and clean block the Pup, but a lot of good that does. Just get a land here. Next turn, we can Brushstroke. We need to draw some removal. Yeah, the turn 2 4/4 with Trample is a bit of a problem. Okay, I drew another farmhand. That's not good. We can trade for the pack leader. He's thinking about Blizzard Brawling one of these. We're okay with getting the Blizzard Brawl out of his hand. Unfortunately, the format is so snowbally that because we didn't have our removal exactly when we needed it, chances are this goes very badly. He could blow us out. Could get Snakeskin Veil. This is pretty much the only opportunity we have to get rid of this, though. If we don't start drawing our removal, that's really bad for us. Authority of the Consuls is pretty good. Incidental life gain is always welcome. Okay. Another Trampler. So, we do have a land drop for next turn. We can take the opportunity to play out the Authority of Consuls, start gaining some life. We can play the Brushstroke. Though it probably the Blood Artist will eat removal. So are we just fishing for 2 more lands in order to play Meathook? I guess let's maximize our mana. Next turn we can play Ambitious Farmhand, even though it's a fairly weak turn. And then the following turn we will have X = 4 on our Meathook. Fortunately, we can't chump here. Yeah, and he does have the Brawl, which I think we pieced that together last time when he was hovering over our creatures. Fortunately, we're taking 5, and he's going to start to draw cards. Let's play this tapped. We can't afford to be taking 3 life. Now, he may have a Snakeskin, which would completely fuck our Meathook Massacre plan. But you gotta make him have it. If we Deadly Dispute, we actually have the +1 if he has Snakeskin Veil. So that's not bad. He's got 2 cards in hand. Oh my god, that's devastating. Okay. That's a rough one. So we're taking 8 here. Yeah, we're taking 8 here. Okay. We get to clear the board, but he did get a card draw there. Trespasser's Curse. Witch's Cauldron. We would go for the Witch's Cauldron. So he's going to have another 8 damage when he sacks this troll. Which is definitely problematic. He won't get another card draw. Unfortunately, we didn't draw one of our 6 exile effects. That would have been nice. I mean, it still can be nice because we can exile the unnatural growth. 3 cards in hand for both of us. We're in a bit of a bind here, that's for sure. Okay, he has another pack leader. At least we have a chumper for him, so we're at most taking 8. But he could have a buff card as well. Okay. Oh, that's very good. Unfortunately, this only makes the 1/1 at our end step, right? Yeah. So we could Rite of Oblivion the Cursebound Witch and take out the unnatural growth. Woo, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. We do have recurring removal now. We don't have enough. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Sorcerer's Broom? I guess. It's a blocker. I mean, we'll probably just token it, right? Okay, so he's swinging for 7 next turn. I think we're probably chumping the pack leader, but unfortunately he can buff it and make it a 5/3. So we'll be taking 9. 9 is quite a lot of damage. We still don't know what the last card in his hand is either. Yeah, and he's just on a constant draw here. Are we getting rid of the Sorcerer's Broom, or are we saving it for the Rite of Oblivion? Okay. We can't use that because we don't have a black mana. That's a pain in the ass. Aggro Mauling. What am I removing? I guess I'm removing the pack leader so that he stops drawing. It's looking very bad for us. Very, very bad. Yeah, we could be dead. Could definitely be dead this turn. Is within the realm of possibility. This is one grindy fucking match, that's for sure. Fortunately, he drew so many cards with the pack leaders. And we just drew our exile effect far too late. So, I mean, we need to draw a creature here to get rid of the 6/6. Or else we're dead, right? Let's see. Two on board, and we can sack it? No, we cannot. Need one more mana to sack it. Yes. All right. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Are we swinging here? I guess. I mean, we're going to have to chip down his life total eventually. He can't get in with any chargers at the moment. Xandu Mammoth. Gain another life. Sculptor of Winter. So, I don't think we can sack this. We can definitely get rid of this, though. Do not need lands. Sorin is nice. I'll take it. Take that for sure.
I bring my own army.
Okay. And this game is fucking epic. This guy must be pissed. Okay, Ranger class. This Authority of Consuls absolutely has saved our life. Just gonna go for the wild swing or what? Wonder what the last card in his hand is. If it's Snakeskin Veil, he still dies to the double block. We're now at a much more comfortable 15 life, which is great. I'll take this. More chumpers are always good. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, it's not bad. You can also sack it to the Witch's Cauldron. We choose to chump anything. We have stonewalled this guy so fucking hard. He has a lot of burst in his deck, but I guess he just wants to call it quits. Good game. Can we find some Clerics? Clerics seems to have fallen off the past week or so. I don't know. Maybe people geared their decks towards it too much, and they just keep getting slapped, so they gave it up. Not really sure. Wolves are still going strong, though. Keep this hand. We have our third land in Ambitious Farmhand, which is fantastic. We also have card draw. Oh no. No, no. Not blue-white control. Please, please, please. Ah, cocksucker. So, do we win these? No. No, we don't win these. One blue mana up, eh? Play out our brushstroke. He needs a white in order to Divine Purge. There it is. He chooses to key to the archive. Okay. So are we dying to approach the second sun this game, or what? I think that he has the Doomscar. I don't think that he wants to use it because it's going to deal 4 damage to his face. But I believe it's there. We will not play a land first because if he bounces this, we want to be able to play it again. Okay, he has a Fateful Absence. Is there anything we want to get rid of in our hand? Yeah. Let's ditch this Forsaken Crowd. Actually, let's ditch it for Rite of Oblivion, right? Let's see. A Vanishing Verse actually may come in handy here. If he drops the Liar. Okay. See, this is what happens. Approach of the second sun every time. Yeah, just kind of... Should we get rid of this? Let's get rid of this fucking thing. Witch's Cauldron? A little bit of damage here. Should play out 2 Cursebound Witches here. So we'll take the Cauldron. We don't have much time. I'm going to leave up the Vanishing Verse in case he has a Liar. If he doesn't have a Liar, I can always crack the Clue. Okay, so he's very close to his second sun here. Gonna take 4 damage here. And we have 6 damage in blood tokens. Let's crack our Clue. Didn't get anything very useful. We Agadeems here. And what are we getting? Okay. We don't have a 3-drop. Boldarin Bloodcaster, I think we need to take this. Fortunately, it tapped us and left us a white. That's always a pain in the ass. Okay. I think he either wins this turn. He needs all 7 mana to cast this. So Approach of the Second Sun is on top. So we either win next turn or that's it. You can't cast it. Oh, the Divine Purge. Oh, that's devastating. Okay, so we lose. Unfortunately. Yeah, there's no way we come back from that. And that's just how the blue-white matchup goes. You do well. You die to Approach of the Second Sun. Oh, did he shuffle it away? That can't be, right? Is he just fucking with us? Which of these cards would shuffle it away? Was our opponent just completely brain fucked there? If anyone knows in the comments, let me know why the fuck he would shuffle that away and what the fuck shuffled it. Good game. Okay. That last one was eventful. Azorius Control. I can't get over how they... I mean, did they throw? Felt like they just threw. This is a hand. We have some interaction. We'd like to draw a Deadly Dispute. That would be clutch. Looks like dragons. Does he have the Whelp turn 2? That's the question. He does not. He does not. So... would we like to Gimp his turn 3 and Vanishing Verse the Orb? Is that a play? In order to do that, we have to give up... we have to make this be tapped on the following turn. If he had the Whelp, would he not have casted it, though? Let's screw him up. I mean... maybe he suspected removal? We may regret that. Especially if we just continue drawing lands. Okay, it looks like he has some sort of removal. Probably a Dragon's Fire. So this will probably eat a Dragon's Fire. We do have lots of removal in the deck. We need to draw it, though. We have 2 more Vanishing Verse. We have 3 Rite of Oblivion. Cast another orb. So he missed his land drop here. We need to draw our removal. We holding one back in case he's got a gold span? I guess. If he has a conductive current where we get smoked. Could be a gold span this turn if he draws a land. Could be a town raiser if he doesn't. We did definitely take him off of his game plan by removing that orb, so I don't think that was a bad call. He drew a fearsome whelp. Not a bad draw for someone that has no lands in hand. There's nothing we can do about it. So I think we're going to try and get in for as much damage as we can, and we're going to leave back one eye twitch to chump. Okay, had a Dragon's Fire there. Swing for 6. This leaves him in a weird spot where I'm not sure he wants to swing in. 9 health is pretty hefty, though. He still has quite a bit of health. Interesting. So on the backswing, we have 5, 6, 7 damage. What would I get from... guess I could get a Necrotic Fumes. Because the farmhand kind of sucks, right? Ooh, Necrotic Fumes and a... Oh, see? The tapper wanted to fuck me. So we'll use the Necrotic Fumes on the Moonveil. Doing 6 damage. The gold span is scary, but I don't know if he'll want to swing with it next turn. We're dropping him to 3 if he doesn't block. So he's down to 4. Are we getting another Necrotic Fumes here? I think so. Because then we can remove 2 creatures. We have the Necrotic Fumes, we can sack the Ghasts, and we also have a Vanishing Verse if he chooses to hold back with the gold span. If he has removal for us, it might be a problem. If he doesn't, we're in a good position. Okay, he wants to swing. He can block with the Faceless Haven next turn, which does suck. We have no way of removing the Faceless Haven. Okay, he chooses not to. That's odd. He can see the Necrotic Fumes. Oh, well, can't see the Vanishing Burst, but yeah, that's game, right? Good game. Okay. This hand worth keeping? We have 3 lands if we need it, and we got a Sorin. We're on the play. Are we playing this out turn 1, or are we scrying? Well, we have nothing to do turn 2, so let's scry. Well, punished. It's okay. We're going to play this tapped. Reason being is I only run 20 lands in the deck. So I don't want to tempt fate. Okay, so he gets his 4/4. That guy is a problem. Is there anything we can do about that problem? Not really. We can Shambling Ghast. When we sack it, we'll get 2 treasures and hopefully another land that would put us at exactly enough to wipe the 4/4. So hopefully he dedicates more to the board here. Yeah, I mean, there's no point in blocking because he has trample, but... Okay, so we hope for an untapped land. We don't get one, unfortunately. It's unfortunate. We do get the untapped land. Okay, this is good. This is very good for us. The only way this fucks us is if he has Snakeskin Veil, but we have to make him have it. Okay, he does not have it. Good for us. Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven. I think you take the oven first, just because it's a sack outlet. Okay. So he has repopulated the board now. And if he buffs this next turn, it gets rid of my token pretty handily. From Sorin. We can always play the Disciple and Rite of Oblivion the Arlen. That'll make it easier to clear the tokens next turn. But if he does buff it with 30 of the consoles is alright. Yeah, especially because he probably does have some chargers in the deck, right? I think he probably has a hasty creature there somewhere. Yeah, so if we don't draw a land, we can't actually be rid of the tokens, which is lame. Fairly lame. Okay, we did not draw a land here. We can obviously get rid of 2. We do have 2 meat hooks. See what he wants to do here. I don't think he'll buff this one again.
I bring my own army.
If he does, he's just offering a trade with the vampire, so he'll probably buff the 2/2 wolf. In which case, if we draw a land, we can still clear the board. Okay, another Arlen. That's still okay for us. He's gonna swing at the Sorin. So we need to draw a land here. We do lose the Sorin no matter what. But if we're banking on drawing a land, we might want to take the free 2 life. Okay, we did not draw the land once again. That's a problem. Yeah, that sucks. So but he's gonna buff one of these out of our reach if we... Okay, we got a mind game here. I think we Sorin again. If only so that he buffs one of the 2/2s instead of one of the 3s, and then we hope for a land again. Need an untapped land though. Okay, so he's gonna get a lot of... Oh, well, we don't clear the Tovolar now anyways, so we did get punished there. Definitely got punished. Blocking the 3/3 because it blocks 1 extra point of damage. We're gonna have to meat hook next turn whether we get a land or not, and we might actually just be dead. Him drawing, yeah, we're probably dead now. Yeah, I don't see how we come back from this. So unfortunately, we just didn't block. We didn't draw our land, which is pretty shit. We had a lot of draws to find it, but we did not find it. He also gets to draw a lot of cards here. I don't see how we win this. No, it's impossible. Okay. Let's try one more here. I mean, the win rate on this deck is pretty disgusting. A little bit of trouble against Gruul Werewolves. But I feel like there's so much variance too. I'm not sure it's a bad matchup. I just think it is... we just didn't draw what we needed, really. I mean, that's a card game for you. RNG. Blue, red. Blue, red control, maybe? That would give us some trouble, for sure. So he can Jwari anything we put down. I wonder if he's running Spikefield Hazard. We'll leave up Deadly Dispute. Not as if we have a choice, but... I do like Faithful Disciple. I feel like his spellbook is a flop sometimes, but at the same time... he's a 2/2 Vigilance, which actually puts a bit of board presence. Let's do this, and we get a card draw off of the wedding announcement if it resolves. It's going to divide by 0 that. I think that's okay. I think we still do the wedding announcement this turn. If we did the Disciple, we would have left up the Deadly Dispute, which is, you know, might have been good as well, but I'm getting the feeling that he's probably just a bounce deck. He's probably got Hallbreaker, Horror in his deck, Liar. What do we want here? I think we put the Faithful Disciple just for the, I mean, Voldaren Bloodcaster is good as well here, but we're not really close to a brushstroke or anything like that. So the tokens, a little bit dirtily. Ditches the Juari. What would he be foretelling? Maybe Demon Bolt? I think Demon Bolt is the one that they usually foretell. Maybe Behold the Multiverse? It's also possible. So we could have a board wipe next turn. Could be running Burn Down the House. Another Wedding Invitation. Okay, so it is a Behold the Multiverse. If only we had had the meat hook on the board, we'd be pretty happy, because he's probably gonna look to clear the board here. Yeah, burn down the house. Okay. Cleric class, eh? I don't think so. Whenever I gain life. I don't know, I'll take it. We do get the brushstroke. It's very good. And he's tapped out. It's very interesting. Necrotic Fumes doesn't help us against the Inevitable Liar. What would? Are we looking for it? I think we're okay here. You can obviously liar. That's a problem. We could play this and Sanguine Brushstroke. Gives us 5 damage on the board. Do we Cleric class? Do we hold up the Deadly Dispute? Are we committing more to the board? He may have another burn down the house. But we don't mind if he does, right? Not really sure that our life total matters at all. If he gets the Hallbreaker down and he has cards in order to spam with it, then we're pretty fucked. That being said, he has 7 mana now. So I'm not really sure how effective that's going to be. I think he needs to make something happen this turn. We have 5 damage on the board just in blood tokens. Okay, unfortunately he's still alive. He's still alive, but if we bring him to 3, I don't know that he can actually kill us. Let's take the Environmental Sciences. I would like him to not heal. Yeah, even if he Hullbreakers here, he's going to have to pick off all of our tokens. I think if he Hullbreakers, he'll only have mana to pick off 2 tokens. If he has, like... No, he'll only be able to remove 1 token. So, fairly certain he's dead. Okay. Wow, Elrond's Epiphany and Alchemy, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Don't know if this does him any good. He needs to remove the brushstroke. Okay. And here we were just getting over our PTSD from extra turns. Galvanic Iteration. Can't be another Elrond's. He doesn't have the mana for it, right? I don't think Elrond's is very good in Alchemy. I think the nerf was pretty significant. Unexpected Windfall. I mean, he'll get, what, 5 mana? I'm not sure how he saves himself here. 5 mana won't do it. 6 mana. Yeah. Can't see it winning. Let's go, Mr. Lecter. Nada? You got nothing? Not sure what sort of interaction he could have for blood tokens, but I don't think it can win, right? Just hoping we didn't see it, or... Okay. What's the play? Are you wasting our fucking time? You run an Elrond's Epiphany deck, which is already a giant waste of time. And then you choose to waste our time more. He could have another divide. If he has 2 divides, we're actually in trouble, right? Yeah, we're fine to pay 1. Yep. And we'll sacrifice this. I forgot the order of the triggers. I don't think there was any way we were in trouble, right? Yeah. I mean... That's what the deck does. It just loves to waste time. Good game. One more for the day. Deck has definitely proven itself. Very, very good deck. See if we can squeeze off one more win. Wouldn't mind a rematch with some werewolves. Although, maybe not with this hand. This hand's not werewolf friendly. Friend here's taking his time. Might be a blue player. Rite of Oblivion. Let's keep it. I have a third land drop in the Peasant. Of course, if this is a white-blue deck... Oh, no, it's not. It's Clerics. Okay. Do need another black land. All right. Let's cap this day off and see how this does against Clerics then. I think it should do pretty well. When I was playtesting before, it did pretty well, so... Are we against mono white Clerics? Seems odd for them not to have snowlands if we are. I can't get over how awesome being able to sack blood tokens to Rite of Oblivion is. It's fantastic. Righteous Valkyrie, that's going to eat a Rite of Oblivion for sure. Question is, do we keep the token or the farmhand? I think we keep the farmhand. Then again, I mean, we can just go to town, right? If we do it this way, we can draw a couple cards as well. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Start pinging him down. Draw a couple cards. We get the Rite of Oblivion going. Take out the Soul Mender. Clear the board. Swing for one. Your turn. Voice the Blessed, okay. We could remove that as well next turn. Okay. So we have 4 land to work with. This will come in tapped. What's the correct play? We can't Rite of Oblivion and Deadly Dispute. We can Sorin. And see what he drops next turn. We can Brushstroke. Let's Brushstroke. Ah, but if we Brushstroke, we can't Cursebound Witch. I fucked that up. Forgot that we did not have 2 black mana. Firm Hand is okay fodder. It's okay fodder, and it guarantees our next land drop. See what he has in terms of actually gaining life, because he only played a Voice of the Blessed last turn, and he still had 2 mana left open. Strikes me as a little bit odd. It means that he probably doesn't have anything that gains him life. We're in a bit of a lull here. I don't think he can really make a move. Okay, so he has the Soul Mender. He can't tap it this turn. We're okay with taking 2 damage here, of course. Get our land, and I think we can Rite of Oblivion this Voice of the Blessed now. It's either that or play Sorin. I'd rather him just not get... not get to play his stupid fucking million trigger bullshit. I say as I take my trigger bullshit. Does he have Valorous Stance? Can he actually protect this? That'd be interesting. No, Valorous Stance gives indestructible, so it would eat right through the Valorous Stance anyways. Sajiri Shelter, that would work. Yeah, that would work. Nice, nice. All right, we got a game then. Do you have card draw? So I have faith in drawing into something else. Vanishing Verse is also very good in this matchup. Okay. Got the Angel of Destiny. Don't think blocking is necessary here. Okay. So we do need to get rid of this. See what we can find. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah. It's not where we want to be. So we can play the Sorin. We can protect the Sorin.
I take no choice. You will serve me.
And then we can start drawing cards. Could really go for a meat hook here. That'd be nice. Be a nice bit of damage. Wonder what the last card in his hand is. I wonder if it's protection as well. Could very well be. How much life does he need to get up to? 15 more life. He needs to get up to 35 life. He's not going to be able to kill the Sorin this turn, so we get 2 card draws next turn. Oh, actually he can kill the Sorin this turn. Question is, does he choose to swing face? Well, no blocks, obviously.
What's one more grudge?
Rite of Oblivion is very good. Are we taking out the Angel of Destiny? Once again, we can do the little -1/-1 here. Question is, do we remove the Angel of Destiny or the Voice of the Blessed? It's a tough call. Guess we'll take out the Angel of Destiny. We have a Chumper in the 2/3. Now, do I want to use the other side of... Do I want to flashback this turn? I guess it can't hurt, right? Seems good to me. Yeah, let's just get it the fuck out of here. Ooh. Yes! The memes! Give me the cruel reality. Okay. So, game seems like it's a wrap. So he sacks the Soul Mender next turn, takes 2 damage to the face from the Blood Artist. Yeah, we'll sit here and wait for you to slowly die. Has to sack the Soul Mender, right? Probably triggers this and brings back The Voice of the Blessed? Oh no, they are exiled, so they can't do that at all. Looking pretty bad for our opponent. He needs to bring back a useless creature just so he doesn't lose the Valkyrie to Cruel Reality. And we're sitting at 35 life. We're sitting at more life than the life gain deck. That's pretty damn good for us. We're okay blocking here. He loses his Soul Mender next turn. Let's make him lose both. Could have actually played the brushstroke first there. But you know what? When I know I've won, I just tend to rush through my fucking actions, which is really bad when you're trying to make content, but it is what it is. We win. That's the point. We win. There is not a single fucking world where we lose this game. In none of the multiverses. Agadeems do anything for us? We could cast it for 1. We could cast it for 2, I guess, and get an ambitious farmhand. We have nothing else to do. We may as well. The game's over. It's just a matter of if the opponent realizes it or not. I think they do realize it. They're just going to be a dick about it anyway. Let's swing. Let's do our 1 damage. Three damage per turn every time you put something on the board. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so as you saw, this deck took down some pretty big contenders in the meta. One thing I will note is the Gruul matchup. I mean, we only had 2 of them. One of them I filmed. I played off camera. I also kind of got land screwed in that one as well. So I don't really know if it's a bad matchup or not, but Gruul is definitely a contender. It's pretty devastating having to remove the 2 mana 4/4, you know, and then the Tovolar comes down and you're kind of scrambling. If any deck can keep up with it, it's definitely this one. We do run a lot of removal. So I have faith on a long enough timeline, if I get some more of these matches down, that the win rate would definitely improve. Going at 0% win rate, I don't think that can be maintained. That being said, Gruul, definitely a problem. Azorius, one of the matches I showed in the stream, and honestly, I don't feel like we should have won the other one. I feel like this win rate is inflated at 50%. It's a really tough matchup. They didn't end up drawing, like, if they draw the full suite of Divine Purge and stuff like that, you're going to have trouble. There's no getting around it. It's going to be a bad matchup for you if you run any sacrifice deck. However, I will say that I think this one takes the cake in terms of actually having board presence and being able to deal out damage and threaten lethal better than the mono black version, for instance, or any of them that are running Blood on the Snow. It's more of a mid-range deck. So even though it will struggle, I do think it has a better shot than the other versions. If I were to change anything about this deck, it might be to add an additional ambitious farmhand. Reason being, a couple of times the land did seem a little bit oppressive. That being said, I never felt like I needed another plains. I kind of always felt like I needed another swamp. So there might be some adjustment there in the mana base. there's a lot of double black cost spells in the deck. With the Meat Hook, the Brushstroke, even the Agadeem's 3 black, Sorin. Sorin seemed to put in some work. Sorin seemed okay. Yeah, I would keep him. I don't think you really need the lull for 1 extra mana. I think it's good as is. I mean, we have a 100% win rate, a 4-0 against dragons, which is just shocking. I mean, Dragons is my second best win rate deck, and I think it's at like a 78%. Dragons is a tough matchup. If you can find a deck that reliably beats Dragons, you're on the right track. That's about all I have to say about the deck. I'm going to keep playing it, and I will probably use it to rank up as soon as the ladder resets next month. I don't foresee that anything in this deck in particular will be heavily nerfed. I think their sights are probably set on the Whelp and to a lesser extent, maybe the Inquisitor Captain. I don't know if they will nerf Inquisitor Captain or not. He is really fucking strong, but at the same time, I feel like the meta has kind of adjusted, and I'm not sure that he's actually that busted. I don't know. The format itself is busted. Very snowbally format. But I'm not sure Inquisitor Captain is the reason for that. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, and we'll have more deck techs for you in a few days. Thanks.